I bought a used Game Boy Advance at a flea market. Inside was a blank cartridge, no label, no logo. Curious, I turned it on. There wasn't a title screen, just a list of names. I picked one. The screen showed a profile. Height, hair color, eye color, even blood type. Way too much detail for a Game Boy game. I thought maybe it was a list of characters some indie dev was working on, until I scrolled to the bottom. There was a picture. Too realistic for pixel art, too clear for the hardware. It was of their corpse. There's a mission in Simpsons Hit and Run that never ends. Bart gave me a quest called Drive Home. Seemed easy enough, just take him back to Evergreen Terrace. But as I drove, the streets started looping. Same corner, same billboard. Cars began disappearing one by one until it was just me, Bart, and the road. 10 minutes, no turns, no stoplights, just nothing. I finally stepped out of the car. Springfield was gone. Only my car, idling in the dark. I saw him, Bart still in the passenger seat. His skull cracked open, eyes hollow, and in the back seat, there was something waiting. I corrupted my copy of Luigi's Mansion. When I entered the telephone room, lightning struck, and I saw it, that shadow, the one everyone talks about, Luigi's silhouette hanging. I'd heard the rumors before, so I didn't think much of it. Then the phone started ringing. I answered, and a voice said, "You shouldn't be here." I leaned back, confused, and the controller cord pulled the GameCube off the table. It hit the floor with a crack. The screen glitched, the colors bled, and Luigi's body fell from the shadow. Then the game crashed. When I rebooted, the save file was gone, just static where my name used to be. A new Mii showed up on my Wii Sports roster. I didn't make it. Its name was just you. I deleted it, but every time I turned the console back on, it was there again. Same grin, same empty eyes. Eventually it started showing up in-game. Every time I loaded a sport, there were more of that me. Crowds, opponents, teammates, all of them. Him. They didn't move, didn't react. They just stared at the screen. I opened the character list. Every single slot was him. I tried to delete one. It wouldn't let me. Then I tried to make a new me. The screen froze for a second, and a message appeared. You don't need anyone else. Just me. I discovered a hidden path in Star Fox 64. In the first stage, I was flying with Falco when I clipped into a wall, but instead of taking damage, I went through it. Behind the wall was an empty tunnel, nothing but water beneath me. Then Fox's ship slowly lifted, straight into the sky. On the overworld, a new route appeared, a sector I'd never seen before. Sector 0. The stage was endless. No enemies, no asteroids, just black space and my own breathing. Then the radio crackled. Falco, Slippy, Peppy, their portraits were twisted, melting, broken. Each one said the same thing. Why did you leave us? The stage never ended. Something is wrong with my game. Every time I die, the same screen appeared. Continue. At first it was normal. I'd press yes, respawn, keep playing. The next time I died, the text looked different. It said, again. Then you forgot. Then you died. I thought it was a joke until I pressed continue. The game didn't load this time. The screen flickered and showed a picture of a real photograph. It was my grave. Then the screen went black again. The game over text reappeared, but there was no option to continue. Just one line. It's over. And the only option left was quit. I tested the alien broadcast in Animal Crossing New Horizon. They say if you turn your TV on at 3:33 AM, you'll see it. So I set up a little observation camp outside my house just for fun. When the time hit, the screen flickered. That strange alien transmission started playing. Static symbol, a low hum. But it didn't stop. I couldn't turn the TV off. Then my villagers showed up. All of them standing in the doorway. "You know too much," they said. My character passed out. When I woke up, I wasn't home. Just stone walls. No exits, no sound but my footsteps. I was never able to leave that room. At the end of the passageway lied a boss door and a question block. The question block held a cape, one that I happily accepted. I then entered the boss door and was taken to the arena. Instead of the boss already being there, however, there was nothing. Mario just stood there for a second as I couldn't control him. And then, abruptly, fire rained down from the ceiling, covering both the left and right side of the arena. The fire was from Bowser's boss fight, but even stranger, it was recolored to green. I thought my Joy-Con had drift again. The camera kept panning left no matter what I played. I recalibrated it, even restarted the console. Nothing worked. It only drifted when I sat in front of the TV. I set the controller on the table. It stopped. Picked it up again. The camera turned towards me. Powered off the console, but the Joy-Con still buzzed. Not constantly, just once every few seconds. I picked it up again. The camera centered on me and stopped, like it had finally found what it was looking for. This Pokemon game stole 5 years of my life. I was replaying Pokemon Emerald last night, just reliving old memories. When I met May on Route 103, she said, "If you lose, I'll take 5 years off your life." I laughed, until every attack missed and I ended up losing. I turned off the console and went to bed. This morning, my wife was holding her son. He's 5, and I don't remember him. I tried Cooking Mama last night. It was my ex-wife's favorite game. For the memories, I wanted to try it myself. It was actually kind of fun, and I was getting good at it. Every recipe came out perfect, except one. Mama frowned, her voice glitched. Not like she used to. I froze. The dish looked exactly like hers, the one she made every year for her anniversary. My hand shook as I turned off the console. The room fell silent. I smelled it. Warm, sweet, impossible. She used to make it just like that. I left Mario 64 running while I grabbed a drink. When I came back, he was still standing there, swaying in place. The castle theme played softly, that little tune everyone remembers. After a minute, he yawned like usual, then froze mid-motion. The animation stopped completely. I tried to move the stick. Nothing. The screen flickered once, and he was gone. Just the empty castle. Music still looping. I sighed and reached for the power button. Then I heard it. Soft snoring coming from upstairs. I live alone. I found a hidden song in Ocarina of Time. I was bored and decided to mess with the Ocarina, just making up songs. Then one melody triggered a cutscene. The notes appeared on the screen like it was real. It sounded like the Ocarina, but sadder. When it finished, the game named it Song of Regret. A prompt appeared. Do you want to forget? I pressed A without thinking. The save disappeared. I can't remember what the notes were anymore, or what I was thinking before I played it. I downloaded an old typing game out of boredom. The first few lessons were normal. Cat, house, window. Then the words started forming sentences. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Please don't cry. I kept typing until the next line appeared. I shouldn't have left him in the car. I froze. The game said, excellent accuracy. The cursor blinked, waiting for the next word. Remember. There's a planet in Mario Galaxy you were never meant to find. I was trying to grab a quick star before bed when I opened the map. On the Comet Observatory, there was a new launch star on the far edge, sitting between two galaxies I'd already cleared. The nameplate didn't load, just empty brackets. When I launched to it, the game didn't even play the normal song. It just dropped Mario on a tiny, unfinished planetoid, quiet, gray. There were no enemies, no bits. Gravity felt heavy. Mario's jumps barely left the ground. In the distance, I saw another planetoid, but when I tried to spin towards it, the camera pulled back like it didn't want me to see the rest. When I returned to the observatory, Rosalina wasn't looking at the star I brought back. She was staring at the empty spot where the galaxy should have been. I tried a time trial on Mario Kart 64 last night, and my ghost data behaved weird. Luigi's Raceway loaded. My ghost started strong. Perfect line, perfect drift. Watching it drive ahead of me felt weirdly comforting. Then halfway through the lap, my ghost drifted wide and turned sharply towards the right wall. Not a glitch, just a slow, deliberate turn. It drove straight into the concrete and vanished. I followed it, expecting the usual void, but the wall wasn't solid. My cart slipped through. A long, empty stretch of track opened in front of me. No signs, no item boxes, no music. I spotted my ghost far ahead, drifting in a straight line down the horizon. When I tried to catch up, it slowed down and stopped, like it was waiting for me. Who remembers drawing doodles in Picto chat? I used to sit on the school bus and doodle in Picto chat when I was bored, so when I found out my old DS, I had to try it again. I turned it on, opened room A, and started drawing like I used to. A notification popped up out of nowhere. Now entering user 1, then another one. Now entering user 2. Picto chat only works with devices in the same room. User 1 sent a message. Sloppy handwriting, curved letters. My handwriting from when I was a kid. It said, hide. User 2 sent one right after. Found you. I tried booting up my old copy of Pokemon Fire Red last night. The cartridge still had my name written on the back in faded marker. I haven't touched it in years, so I figured I'd see if it still worked. The GBA logo flickered in, and the Fire Red intro played. Gengar and Nidorino fighting. Then the title screen appeared. Charizard with the fire in the back, and the press start blinking in and out. But when I pressed start, instead of loading my save, a message appeared. This game was not purchased for you. I thought this was some kind of weird anti-piracy thing. Then it changed. It was a gift. Another line. You sold it. I did. Years ago. The last line faded in, slower than the rest. So why do you have it now? I booted up my old WiiFit tonight just to see if the balance board still worked. The usual music played. The balance test loaded. It kept saying it couldn't find my center of gravity. Please stand still, it said. I wasn't moving at all. It said I was leaning heavily to the right, then unstable. It asked me to step off the board, then back on. Again and again. The board clicked each time, tried to recalibrate. Eventually it quit and went back to the menu. The board was silent now. I glanced over at it, all the way across the room. I don't remember falling this far. There's an island in Wind Waker you're not supposed to reach. I was sailing through an empty patch of ocean when the fog shifted. Way out past the edge of the sea chart, I saw the outline of an island. Normally the game turns you around before you get that far, but this time, it didn't. When I landed, there wasn't much there. No enemies, no chests, not even music. Just a small round patch of sand with a single stone in the center. I tried interacting with it. The text box flickered, showing symbols I'd never seen Wind Waker use. I got back on the boat and sailed a few seconds away. When I turned to look again, the island was gone. Just open water. When I tried to head back towards the spot, the game stopped me. like it didn't remember the island at all. I replayed Yoshi's story for the first time in years tonight. I picked the green Yoshi and started the first level. This smile flower only had one petal. I fed him fruits, melons, apples, bananas. The smile flower didn't move. Yoshi didn't make a single happy sound, just slow breaths between each bite. Then the last petal drifted away. The smile flower shrank to just the center. Its little face blinked once, then changed. Not the happy face, not the sad one, just something else. Yoshi backed up a step and stopped moving. Staring at it, he didn't make a sound. My daughter begged me to never close her closet. I didn't listen. My daughter had some strange rules for a game she made up. She used her bedroom closet for it. The rules were simple, childlike. Rule 1, never close the closet door so her friend can get out. Rule 2, never look inside if it somehow ends up closed. Her imagination has always been pretty wild. While she was at school, I cleaned her room. When she came back, she immediately saw the closet door was shut. She froze. She asked if I had done it. I said yes, and that I was sorry. Her face went pale. You trapped him. He couldn't leave. I tried to reassure her. I reached for the door. She grabbed my wrist. Don't open it. You don't want to see what's in there. My game refuses to stay paused. I was replaying an old favorite on my console. Nothing scary, nothing weird, just a comfort game. Halfway through a level, I got up to take a quick bathroom break. I hit pause. The menu appeared, then vanished. The game unpaused itself. Thought my controller was dying. I paused again. 1 second later, unpaused. I tried a third time, and that's when a message flashed for a split second on the pause screen. Don't stop now. I stared at the TV, paused again. This time it held, but the menu text wasn't right. Where it should have said pause, it now said, it's right behind you. I didn't want to turn around, but I could see it, just barely, moving in the reflection of the TV. I met Sans in the ruins, and he wasn't supposed to be there. I started a brand new Undertale file. Right after leaving the ruins, the screen faded to black. Footsteps. Then Sans appeared. Not on a shortcut, not with a joke, just standing there, staring. No music, no sound. I tried to move, but the game wouldn't let me. Sans slowly walked towards the camera. Text box appeared. You don't want to keep going. I tried to skip it. Another text box forced itself onto the screen. Whatever's ahead, it ain't me you should worry about. The screen shook. The whole game crashed back to the title screen, but the continue option was unlocked. Save file, name, turn back. There's a lost Scooby-Doo episode where Shaggy realizes the monster isn't part of the show. The animation looked normal at first, bright color, the usual chase scene, but halfway through, Shaggy just stopped. The monster kept sprinting, but Shaggy froze in the hallway. Scooby skidded to a halt beside him, whining. Shaggy looked straight at the camera. Why do they always make us run, man? Scooby whimpered louder. Shaggy grabbed his muzzle and whispered, it's catching up this time. That's when I noticed the monster, off-model, too tall, crawling on all fours. No footsteps, just a scraping sound. The rest of the gang ran straight through it, like they didn't even see it, but Shaggy did, and it slowly turned its head towards the viewer. Please, stop watching. I picked a trait called Forgotten. It brought someone back. I started a new household in The Sims, trying to relax and keep my mind busy. When I rolled traits for my last Sims, something appeared at the bottom of the list that I'd never seen before. Forgotten. This Sim cannot be remembered. It felt creepy, but I picked it. Didn't think much of it. When the game loaded, the sim with this trait wasn't on the household panel. No portrait, no name, no way to select them. They were standing right there in the living room, moving, breathing, existing. My other sims walked around them, but never reacted, not even a glance. They acted like the person wasn't real. I tried clicking them. The cursor slid off. The game refused to acknowledge that they existed. But something about them made my chest tighten. The hair, the face, even the clothes. It hit me all at once. They look exactly like the sim I made years ago to cope with losing someone I loved, someone I wasn't ready to say goodbye to. I deleted that save because it hurt too much to see them. There was no way this sim should exist. Not anymore, not on this computer. I clicked them again, and this time the cursor stayed locked. A tiny flickering name appeared above their head, the name I had given them back then. The sim turned towards the camera in a single frame skip. A notification popped up. Thank you for remembering me. Stardew Valley spawned an NPC that isn't in the game files. I walked into the museum to donate some fossils. Nothing unusual. Gunther greeted me with the same exact dialogue as always. But behind him, there was a sprite I'd never seen before. Tall, dark, completely still, not clickable, not name. I tried to walk around it, but my character slid right through. No collision, like it wasn't there. Gunther dialogue box popped up again on its own. We don't get many visitors. The museum music cut out. A single footstep sound played behind me, even though nothing had moved. I turned my character around. The strange sprite had flipped to face me. Instantly, Gunther didn't react. Another text box appeared. He's been waiting for you. Kids have imaginary friends. My daughter's imaginary friend whispered back. She always sits in the hallway and whispers to someone she calls the whisper friend. I asked what he looks like. She said, I'm not supposed to look. I thought she was just pretending until I tucked her into bed last night. There was a second indentation on the mattress, fresh, deep, like someone had just been lying next to her and moved when I walked in. I tried to ignore it. I turned off the light and whispered, "Good night, sweetheart." She whispered back, "Good night, whisper friend." From the dark, right beside her, a second voice whispered back, "Good night." It wasn't hers, and it wasn't mine.